In a world of talking animals, there lived a young crocodile named Clody. Clody was unlike any other crocodile in the swamp. He was curious, kind-hearted, and always ready for an adventure. Clody lived with his family in a cozy den by the river bank. His parents, Mr. and Mrs. Croc, were loving and hardworking, always ensuring their children were well taken care of. Clody had two siblings, his older brother, Snappy, and his younger sister, Lily. Snappy was strong and brave but often clashed with Clody due to their different personalities. Lily, on the other hand, was sweet and gentle, always trying to keep the peace between her brothers. One sunny morning, as the family gathered for breakfast, Mr. Croc made an important announcement. "Children, your cousin Burkay is coming to stay with us for a while. His parents are going through a tough time, and he needs our support." Clody's eyes widened with excitement. He loved Burkay and couldn't wait to have him around. Snappy, however, groaned. "Why does he have to stay with us? He's just going to get in the way." Mrs. Croc gave Snappy a stern look. "Snappy, Burkay is family. We must support him during this difficult time." A few days later, Burkay arrived at the den. He looked sad and tired, but Clody greeted him with a warm smile and a big hug. "Welcome, Burkay. We're so happy to have you here." Snappy, however, remained distant and unwelcoming. Burkay tried to make friends with Snappy, but Snappy always found an excuse to avoid him. Clody noticed this and felt frustrated. He wanted his brother to be more understanding and kind. One afternoon, while the siblings were playing by the river, Burkay accidentally knocked over Snappy's favorite toy boat. Snappy's face turned red with anger. "Look what you've done. You're always causing trouble." Burkay's eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry, Snappy. I didn't mean to." Clody stepped in between them. "Snappy, it was just an accident. Burkay didn't do it on purpose." Snappy glared at Clody. "You always take his side. Why can't you see that he's a nuisance?" The tension between Snappy and Burkay continued to grow, and it began to affect the whole family. Mrs. Croc noticed the strain and decided to have a family meeting. "We need to work together and support each other. Burkay needs us, and we must show him love and kindness." Clody nodded in agreement, but Snappy crossed his arms and looked away. "I don't see why we have to change everything for him." One evening, a terrible storm hit the swamp. The rain poured down, and the river began to rise rapidly. The family huddled together in their den, but suddenly, they heard a loud crash. A tree had fallen, blocking the entrance to their den. "We're trapped," cried Lily. Mr. Croc tried to move the tree, but it was too heavy. "We need to find another way out," he said, his voice filled with worry. Clody looked at his siblings and cousin. "We have to work together to find a way out. Snappy, you're the strongest. Can you help me move some of the smaller branches?" Snappy hesitated but then nodded. "Okay, Clody. Let's do this." Burkay and Lily joined in, and together, they managed to create a small opening. One by one, they crawled through the gap and made their way to safety. Once they were safe, Snappy turned to Burkay. "I'm sorry for being so mean to you. You're not a nuisance. You're family, and we need you." Burkay smiled through his tears. "Thank you, Snappy. I'm glad to be here with all of you." From that day on, the siblings put aside their differences and worked together to support each other. Snappy and Burkay became close friends, and the family grew stronger and happier. Clody felt a sense of pride and joy. He knew that no matter what challenges they faced, they could overcome